Okay, I'm back with another Disco Elysium. So yesterday, you know, basically I don't know how the game works, okay? But it's not that hard, okay? The biggest problem is with the RNG rolls is because, as you know, well, let's just throw it off again, okay? Is that there's basically like stats and everything, so it relies a lot of RNG. Okay, so inside here, like, okay, let's show it off here. Okay, you need to level them up. Okay, now for me, I do feel it. Intellect, like it's a great skill to have. Okay, because with intellect, like you're going to be able to deduce more. In a sense, act more like a detective. Okay. Like, I'm not saying that like the rest is useless. I'm just saying that like there's RNG checks, okay? Now, with that said, okay, like there's like dice rolling elements as well. So it's pretty hard to to get okay the result that I want. So I kind of like save scum a couple of times. So let's continue. Like basically two main things that happen. First thing is we got the body down. Okay, so this is what happened the last time we failed the skill check. Okay, using the gun to shoot it down. Okay, and I rolled a couple of times and I got it down. Okay.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
They say that we have to do a field autopsy. Okay, the main character say like, hey, shouldn't that be the job of the doctors? But it turns out it's not. Well, like we have the they say it's a duty, more of a burden. Okay, so tell me something, that man. Oh yeah, this one here is that we've actually like got a good role and we can talk to the hangman.
Because you have. Fuck no. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Should I really be Harry?
You can be anything you want, brother Coppo. Because you're a copperoonie. Come right up, copperoonie Rooney.
Pepperoni Rooney? Who killed you?
Me and brother Coppo. It was love all along.
Which was it that killed you then? Love or communism?
Huh?
You said love killed you, but when you fell down, you said it was communism.
You're misquoting me, Rooney. I said communism killed me. Love did me in.
You really need to learn the difference, buddy. This is embarrassing.
Ah, come on. Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Would this lead to something? Something undescribable? Some unforeseen? Miraculous?
The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. the cold spring air smoothing them over.
Huh?
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible,
I don't want to see you in my dream.
see me in your dream.
No. No. No.
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
How do you know?
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit.
What does that have to do with
38 single
field
Bruit
autopsy?
Descent to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Actually, I appear to have forgotten what field autopsy is.
It's a 3-part form to be filled out on the scene by the detectives responsible. One takes notes, the other dictates. The goal is to establish cause of death.
Do we need a scalpel for
is
it?
not always required. I hope this is one of those cases. Latex gloves are, however.
Yeah, we have it. Clap your glove hand. Let's get in
There
there.
truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
What do you mean?
When I need you to. Until then, I should handle physical contact, and you should take notes. In your
Okay.
paperwork, officer, just fill out the field autopsy form.
You're not gonna believe this. I think I've lost my
Now they
paperwork.
only have one paperwork too.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
I still have my disco trousers. Lost the satin shirt. I still have my trusty blazer.
Yes, barely. I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy form there. Several, actually, but only if it helps move things along.
Sorry, I lost
Yes,
mine.
well.
Everything.
It's okay to cry, Runkari.
Let's work off yours now.
The autopsy form is near the end.
He hands you his notebook and pen. First,
Come
what's the
on,
field,
officer.
sir?
You know what a field
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the
Why
dormant shield
Why don't you know? Why
You
you
must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Copperpedia? Who's the Copperpedia? I think I need to talk to
You,
him.
sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Oh. Okay,
There
fine.
truly is a time for everything. I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact. In your paperwork, officer, just fill out the field.
Then I
You've
think
lost
that's
your
not.
paperwork, haven't you?
Yes, I've
Now
lost
they
it.
only have one.
Officer, what haven't you lost?
It's not the
Maybe
arm
you
part.
I can give you my paperwork. There's an autopsy. Right.
What?
The autopsy form is near the end.
If I do this, is he gonna get angry? I hope not.
You find a moment as the lieutenant inspects the dead man's fingernails. Just a few glances. The pages are filled with a bulky freehand that's nearly illegible. Still, you can make out a case with a curious title. The Man with the Hole in His Head.
Try to understand what Dennis has written about the case at hand.
This appears to be a case investigated about 3 weeks ago. A workplace accident. The titular character's wife tries to get compensation. The company was not forthcoming. It's hard to make out if the hole was fatal.
Number 2, try to understand what the lieutenant has written about the case at
It's
hand.
very hard to draw conclusions. All you can make out is that he is in a hurry to solve the case. The tempo of the handwriting says as much, and that there are a lot of notes in there. Most of them are made prior to arriving at the scene. in
How do you know
preparation.
that?
It's not spelled out explicitly, but the lieutenant fears a tear is forming between the liberal moralist establishment of Revachol and her populist citizenry. This populist force, a potpourri of far right and left, is exemplified in the Débardeurs Union.
What's the Débardeurs
Their
Union?
strike, if allowed to escalate into violence, adds to the growing sense of civil war in the city. He's extremely neutral, even in his notes. But avoiding this escalation is Kim's primary concern when dealing with the situation in Martinez.
Okay, Kim is not well, basically he's not how should I say this? He's a minority in this city. Okay, he's a Savol, if I'm not mistaken. He said, okay, and there's basically racism hurled towards him. There's nothing you say about you.
Maybe you're imagining it, but there are some remarks in there, and they're not all negative. You're referred to as the 41st by your station number, and
what?
the 41st comes off as a moderately competent detective.
Oh, so
What?
here it is. Open the notebook at the field
The
of the
dead man
pop.
stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in
Well,
3 parts.
It's been like that for a week.
Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with
Begin. 1.
That's you.
Assistant. Only the first question and I know the answer.
Not an energetic start to an autopsy, I agree.
Pig's messed up. Kuno feels pity.
Just leave it empty, officer.
the
Okay.
corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says
Coroner case number.
AK57 0803 dot 0815.
Okay. Name,
NA. Next.
date of birth,
NA.
age,
Roughly 50.
roughly
try
50.
40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
Seriously? Okay, I'm gonna write 42.
He nods.
Race,
Mondial.
mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. The
Write down.
pudginess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Check.
Fucky, fucky!
Not that, you Kuno. Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Nor
Male.
does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date
We're
of
still
death.
going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
Okay.
KK57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment?
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Exactly what is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest, as in
Your
preparation.
central nervous system recognizes this gesture.
Uh-oh.
It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform.
Oh god, is this gonna be disgusting? Oh come on. Oh come on. Okay. I'm ready.
Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbat puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There's darkness in the shed.
It's Kim!
Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches to make sure she
Huh?
is dead more than anything else.
What?
And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today. 42 stations of breath.
What the heck are you talking about?
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay,
The
fine.
corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. Do you need to check that? It's been dead for a week.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
Why do you need to check the underwear?
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it
Boots
down.
are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The
Write it
boot
down.
has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write it
Tattoos.
down. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it
The
down.
deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Write it
Well
down.
nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing.
Write it
Body hair
down.
is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Let's just cut off here before moving on.
The hair under your latex fingers feels cold to touch, wet. The
Deadly.
stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to the latex of the glove, like thread off a ragdoll's head.
Yeah, disgusting.
There must be brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Keep petting
More
it.
hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head.
Keep petting
More
it.
hair sticks to the glove. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man.
Right now, adding the brilliant
The
scene.
humidity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest.
I wish a Kuno
Consistent
just
with
leave.
predation.
Write down.
You get your mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife, while the other hand pulling on the belt. He starts cutting the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious that the material cannot be cut.
Steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
God, oh God. May I
It's no
try?
use. We should get chain cutters.
Woo!
You can try with them. I have a pair in the toolbox of my kinema.
Let's go
Damn
get them.
corpse. We had a good rhythm going.
Okay. Wait, what do we have here? Oh, Lieutenant's notebook. Oh well. Go to your car, right? Your car. Okay, your car.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
Continue.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Open the door.
You are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Okay, before that, why don't we... Oh. Give me a second. 55%, 2 hours. Okay, still quite a long time to go. Now, one way to upgrade your stat is like by going through all of this. Okay, like this is basically like your brain is processing this information. Okay, so this one takes like 6 hours. We are basically halfway there. Okay, because I need this because if I don't have money, I don't have a place to stay, and I might freeze outside if I stay. Okay, so maybe I'll go for the next. Okay, I'll leave it like this first. Okay, let's pick up the radio.
The tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something, the soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Okay.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Okay, hi Alice. This is the officer from the 41st precinct speaking. Nice to meet you.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green Prime Line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
So I need to connect to a civilian named Sylvie. Okay, could you connect me to the 41st precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greeting you from radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle.
How can you see?
With
It's a
large
radio.
white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
So in other words, like, he really is a detective. Well, based on what we know, he's a drunk detective. Okay, 10-4, Station 41. I've got an urgent business. Over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status?
Just reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge is my badge. I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
A dry voice asks in the background, what does he want?
He lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Nothing.
Lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
So his name is Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen is not your name.
How do you
It's
know?
the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
Are you
Defend
sure?
yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can we move on? Can we move on? I want to get it reported and done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick
Is
Mullen
he really
lost his
Dick Mullen?
badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
The protagonist is known to be an alcoholic.
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Could you all please just stop saying lost is bad for a moment? Enough with this now. I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear
New
you.
heights even for Captain Sober.
Sarcasm.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. Well, it is high, but before that, drama.
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it.
No, of course I didn't lose my gun.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain.
Yikes.
Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer.
Oh.
You need further assistance? Over.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
Oh, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Damn you!
Is he fucking kidding?
What? Like, the name of the city is French, you know, Revalier, something like that. So, won't be surprised that with the accent.
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
How'd you know?
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Please, I beg you, I don't even have a place to sleep tonight.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Ah, come on!
Vicmar said...
I don't want to be here anymore. Please come and get me.
Listen. It's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself.
Oh, well, thank you.
What? I thought you had your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown. Stop it.
Alright. I had other things.
Address them now, sir. Over.
This may sound odd, but there's a personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
Any information, not
Be
fear.
smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
We know that the others are in the room. I'm looking for my address. Please refer to my full name. Have I ever told you my life for the RCM? I want to know if my badge description right in your report. Could you read to me name, rank, date, and date of birth?
What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry.
Sarcasm.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
Please refer to me my full name in the future.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
Say my
Sir,
name.
I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
Please just say my name, Jules.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Yeah, fine, let's wrap this up.
Understood, sir. Over.
Transmission completed, stand by, over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Okay, pull out the
The metallic
toolbox.
drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's
Okay.
clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Take everything.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Okay, take the rubber handled chain
The
cutters.
handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. You can do good work with
Take the hand crank flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue. Blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers.
Okay, close the door. I don't want to screw up. Well, save for a while. Okay, let's go. Can I talk to you a
I can't
bit?
believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just a few days ago.
Okay, never mind. Let's go. Okay, let's go back to the body. Zoom.
The rotting man lies on his... The lieutenant
then.
adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Let's cut the belt.
Mm-hmm.
He shows you...
as much precision as you can, please.
See? My pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Yeah, I'm not your pig. Ah! Physical instrument. Medium. Wait, physical instrument. Physical instrument, physical instrument. Ah, this one here. It's medium. Ah, low. Okay, fine. Let's level up. Even. Good
The belt
spot
is
cut.
equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger.
Ah,
and it
so
should
if you
come
check,
loose.
you gotta increase your one. Okay, so this one here, let's see, this one was around 40. Okay.
After some
Yeah.
preparation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Snap! The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled over, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Write it
Chest is
down.
intact, normal contour, abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia...
Do you need to check it? Do you need to check it?
No! Let's get out and see!
Don't! I want to beat this guy up. I want to beat this kid up.
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Okay, write down it and move
Back
on.
is symmetrical and intact.
I don't want to see a
Upper and
dead
lower extremities are
D.
intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
This scarring is extensive, way more than laws official.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Write it down.
item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his arm, inspect it, then move it to the other hand. Pick up the hand.
His flesh is cold, icy.
Well, he's been dead for a week.
Pleased to meet you. Where are
Gee.
you from and what's your name?
My name is...
I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. And your name is Il Corbo. What can I do you for, Il Corbo de Cappadocia?
It's good to hold your hand. Did you like it when I stroked your hair?
I did, Kobo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy.
Man,
Before this
he's
happened to my
paranoid.
face and my body.
Talking to a dead body.
Kindness there.
Well,
We should
don't
do
mention
this
it.
more often.
No.
Close like this, I mean.
No,
Hands are
no.
clean. No sign of injury from struggling.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
It's been over a week. Write it down.
That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal?
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I'm mad, the more to the
What would that
story.
be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromise in its blood
I
supply.
think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Alright, NA.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it gently.
Disgusting!
Smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Ugh.
Jack that fucker off!
Get it off.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunch as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He starts to exert more force. Both hands are
Oral
used.
cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look
It's
deep in.
hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep. Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
Okay,
There
okay.
are ancient mysteries to Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why do we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the cop's stomach with a mixture of tightness and
Neither
disgust.
am I.
And that's
That's
it.
it. Same
Right,
for
NA.
toxicology and serology. NA.
Oh,
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
okay, number one. The competition in me is wondering if there's something we could
Like a
still do.
toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Okay.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes in a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground. The pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
I'll make the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
White mark.
Chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Okay.
And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions?
The scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. A perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
Uh-oh. Kuno's gonna talk again. Kuno's gonna talk again.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Kuno.
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury.
Non-fatal.
Right. Next.
What's the fourth injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Ligature mark.
Dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Write it
Below
down.
the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Opinion, fatal.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Ooh. He produced a small black plastic roll with it. First, how did it go?
We established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I would not hold my breath.
What
we
else?
were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described
Yay!
them all. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Okay, what now? Give him back his book.
Now we put him in a body bag and I drive him to Forborg for processing.
Forborg,
The
okay.
lieutenant looks at the dead man one more time, then at his notebook.
So we're gonna drive
at
him?
the corpse again. You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse.
And?
I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's
Eh.
always something.
Perception. Perception, level up. Tell me something, dead man.
Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient
Oh
mysteries.
yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp. Come
Nah.
back later, Kobo. Amuse
Leave for a while. We're not gonna bag him yet. Because like, he says something about this one here.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash
The
container.
body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
I feel like that. Yes, I feel like something in
What
there.
do you mean, feel?
It's just a house. Maybe someone threw in there. How do we get the
You
lock
tried
open?
using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or
Lieutenant?
we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Okay. Maybe we can talk to the guy. For that, let's check. Tools. Chain cutter. Pry bar. Flashlight. Okay. Let's talk to the cafeteria guy. In we go. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, it's 1:30. You can check it out. It's just a drawing. The smell of chemicals and pine trees.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please.
Now let's say got a few questions.
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You got some impressive
He
pots there.
smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't think I need to anything else. Stay masculine. Okay, let's see. We can interact with this. Yankee.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
I know where this door leads.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
It is part of the whirling in rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know.
Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
The door is a regular investigation. No way. The door and the main investigation will merge into stereo investigation. Okay, just a mini side
God
investigation.
is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Okay. Hi.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Yeah.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
No, it doesn't. Nothing stirs. Okay, well, I know what this feeling is.
And find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the door? I think we just say we need those
What do you
keys.
need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Thank you, Kim.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
I see something here at the whirling guard. Whirling guard. I think I need to talk about.
What thing?
I saw a sign that says the mess hall is still for the union. I think we talked about that. Blue steel door.
Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it? Do you have it? Do you
No,
have?
I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He runs his finger across the counter to check for dirt.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you like to know back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Okay, so I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the union.
Not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction.
Does you see it in the
They
scene?
come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Fine, give me a second. Okay, before that. How much longer? 1 hour.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We
Do you
don't.
find them?
We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them.
Yes,
They
we
say they'll
know.
come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
I know, brain. I'm not an idiot.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love that. Yes.
Goodbye. Wait, before that, can we talk to the lady that we first met when we left our room?
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower beat. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does still no answer.
Much harder.
Still, no. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
This
door can only be opened with a key.
Okay, fine. She's been... What type of room is this? Oh well. Big empty cassette case.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's...
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after...
No time to rest yet. Okay, let's go down. Let's go back down. Maybe we talk to the lady in the wheelchair.
Hello again, sweetie. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
Revachol.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be
Well, I
precise.
know that Revachol is used to be a really cool in the 30s.
The new disco dancing. It seems
Disco
like a lifetime
dancing?
ago. Much has changed. Speaking of history, you know what year it is. Yes?
Spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
Thank you.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Listen. I'd like to think of dictatorship and proletariat, but something tells me it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Ooh.
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
Who could tell me more?
More educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Well.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Let's check it out. It's already 2.
This trash container is locked.
Open the padlock with a
There's
key.
a padlock that says, with a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Do I just have permission that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it.
Ah, God,
Sweat
let me
forms
guess.
on your
Another
brain.
corpse.
Your hand is still on the lid.
Another corpse, right?
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
That's not bad.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look on the box
You
of carton.
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Dive
The
further.
box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Forget the
Among
rags.
the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Denim trousers?
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Ah, I was right.
The victim's clothes? Cadaver odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Okay,
Guitar
bang.
marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Okay.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for
A
it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
A thrown out towel, a mug, that's all.
We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the Whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay,
the
fine.
lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Touch the
It's
food
just
waste.
organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Nothing.
Nothing
What's
more to see.
this?
Huh?
A blue
What?
piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Take it
Something
out.
larger. A clipboard.
Huh?
A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Can't
Yes,
be.
it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Wait, if that's the case, then he's been here. Then somebody have opened it because it says that we've been here for 3 days. Then somebody must have opened it recently, okay? Not just a week ago. Bloodletting began. I think somebody from the Whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Yeah, I'll do
It would
that.
also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Okay, the
You
mug.
pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the Yellow Man, folded in saffron,
An
only
antique.
in its social sensibility.
Take the mug.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Gong. Continue.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got...
Dit. Items. Interact. This one, damage ledger. Interact.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. Desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Damn you.
Know the pathetics? Terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Maybe it's kitchen tissue. They look exactly the same.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it's not though. It's toilet paper.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better.
It's like
an aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger to the aluminium.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of your hologram watermarks you mentioned? Point to the sticker.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Yeah, how can I read
Any
it?
capable light with the right wavelength will do.
You mentioned your headlight
Yes,
of Konima?
RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay. Peter.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, an aluminium block runs a bunch of sodden papers sag.
White paper.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there and what are they about?
Strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
Undertaken but not
Since
completed.
the middle of March, you have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Naming convention here?
It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples.
Oh, they were written in the capital letters
all
too.
caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The Guys on a Couch in an Unexpected Location, and The Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Even the rare article-free Collapsing Tenement. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done.
Okay, my cases employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-alphanumeric one with titles.
You mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Ooh.
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I think they have a name called the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
So that's what you
His
mean.
loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
I have to open an official case. Is there a room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you already
A
finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you,
and you.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Have you by any chance name our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The furries are at home in the mirror. The setting sun, shit on a stick. The hangman.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Ooh, it seems like he's you know, opening up to
I'm going
us.
to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
It's 2 cases a week. 2 cases a week. Good caseload, Lieutenant.
2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to be having my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I'm completed them though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
A nice briefcase the way I like it.
Normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. You
Okay,
don't
enough.
exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
In the
Across
back,
the
you
yellow
see
pager.
thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
Okay, before that, you're already at 90. Oh. Internalize. But I want to put this one first. Okay.
Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What type of form are
3.
there?
The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You
Okay.
don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Field
A dozen
autopsy.
pages of thin copy paper. bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, a monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing, all in a print so small it could be considered downright cute.
Enough of these.
All that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear.
Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM.
What do you say the color was? Blue.
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside? Light? Made of paper or cardboard? Or dried flowers, perhaps? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Smell the ledger.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner. You know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi Discrete, or Axel, or something. At some point in its journey, the ledger has seen the inside of a public toilet.
Got it with Abby.
You're not sure you smelled this one yet, or worse, you have.
Okay, give me a second. I wanna save. Quick save. No. Let's try again.
It's the letter you found in the trash. A cabbage of paper. It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the.
Okay, now load. That's why I save.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers. It's proving to be harder than.
Seriously. Let's check the case again. Maybe we can increase it. Just like what wrong was 80.
It's the ledger you found in the arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. You don't exactly close them. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700. The next
Windows officer. Precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie the Bringer? I think Horace.
That is improbable.
How long did it take to read the case?
Takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy
next
to
world
reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world." For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy
Man,
to
this
track
is
down.
long. This is 30
Only the
minutes.
Bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with
The
it?
case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing
JV?
public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock.
Remove the mural.
78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too
The
late
miracles
for
are
us.
not to be blamed. It's human nature. I like it, but can we speak of wreak havoc on our nation as well? I have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish
No
one
one
bit.
cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger.
I can revisit
Not
this.
much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden paper.
Okay, put the ledger away. Now, quick save. Let's put this body.
The man is decomposed. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses.
I should talk to Kuno.
Breath.
Perception. Eat. Perception. $17.
Shoot, Looney Rooney. Oh, just a small. Oh, yes, Kobo mi Lobo. It's all right. Huh? You misquote.
You really need to learn the difference.
Where have you gone?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Can you tell me?
Sean, looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
I don't have anything else to do. This case is all I have.
know you have. Then you truly lost it all, brother. Let the world drag it all away from you. Come back later, Corpo.
How much?
Amuse yourself
17. Okay. We're gonna save scum, okay? Save scum. Get ready, guys. Huh? Oh, never mind then.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. You run your hand.
Ah, fail. Load.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Enough.
Come back later, Corpo.
You run your hand.
Ah! 70%. Probably gonna be a lot. Give me a second. Okay, this time, let's go.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
This one here, a user on this channel. Okay, perception.
You run your hands over the...
Okay, load game. I think I forgot to add in the perception. Yeah, I forgot to add in the perception. Quick save. I should have...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
70%.
You run your hand.
This is what I hate. Come on. This is why I hate.
The man is.
Come on, give me.
Adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso.
Okay, never mind. If that's the case, we'll go. Okay, there's another place I want to show you. Okay, that other than this, I've saved Scum and like found a door over here. And there's something interesting here. A silver plate with trace of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
But someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps a police interviewer.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points to the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Is this Kuno's place? Suppose get out of the way or get fucked up. Yep, this is Kuno's place. Pure pig's head looks mummified. Magnus Salam, magnesium supplement. Wait. You saw that? Oh, never mind then. Wait, what's this? This was a half full of rainwater. I can't reach there. Let's check this place out. This doorway's gonna collapse soon. What about this? What's this? Postcard. Take it out. Money. What's this? Take all. Oh, take all. Money. Why don't we try and open it? Oh, we can't open it. Huh? Huh? I can't go there? Can I jump? Oh well. Let's just go over there. They did say that Kuno might be taking drugs. And before that, what's this thing? Money. Oh, 100 real. Hey Kuno.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
I think we all move past that by now, Kuno.
Not all of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife.
He points toward the burning rags and whispers.
Kuno knows where you sleep. The pig who fucked his window up. I'm gonna climb in through that balcony. Put the fucking knife in you. Yeah.
I've been in your room.
But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals. Shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time.
The determination in his voice leaves little room for doubt in his sincerity. He means every word. Needs to be taken seriously.
Okay, lad.
And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
I want to discuss the body view. Yeah, Kuno. What's the rest of his armor?
Give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Wait, what do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
You perform a kickoff on the imaginary
Kuno
helmet?
kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
What do you mean you threw it at sea?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too... Kuno kicked that shit in... Yeah,
You threw it in the sea?
that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
What do you mean troubadour?
Cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
And?
So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
And you're just telling me this out of the corners of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck gimp. Kuno uses the fuck gimp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't.
Kuno knows what you meant.
Okay, they have
Kuno's
control
not a
over
snitch.
what. Did you do
What
that?
are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
Contusion.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks you're still left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
Yeah, Kuno.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
Oh, one week later.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
More question about the crime scene.
The kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you want with it?
The dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How did he get there?
Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. Be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with this murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N
He stole it.
running down his trouser leg.
Wait, I see what happened to his clothes. He must have seen them lying around. No, Kuno, I don't.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
That's so great about these pants.
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe
Pants
me,
scientists?
You need this shit.
He unzipped his jacket to give you a sneak peek of the plastic wrap pants. They are graphite black and look brand
These
new.
could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Oh. Let's talk about this later.
Alright, Pico, shit's rolling.
Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno.
As you can see, Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust.
Fine.
There's more to his distrust than being a...
There's a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Does this racist mug have anything to do with it?
Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene and cleaned up some of it.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
You're not
Kuno
in
doesn't know who
approval.
put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno! They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching! Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away! Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done.
What's in the
and
greenhouse
run
over
home.
there?
Kipta's gardener used to work there.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent.
Oh.
It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
Hold on, the gardener used to work there?
That's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
You mean the young woman by the whirling brat,
Look,
the gardener?
Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
As if agreeing with himself.
Yeah, her.
I'm on occasion for you later. Let's talk something
whatever.
else.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I found your shack. Point to the shack.
You found Kuno's secret door to Kuno's secret shack. It was closed for 5,000 years. How the fuck did you get in?
I phase shifted through the roofing material.
Shit. Get the fuck out of here. You can't do that.
He can't do that, Kuno. He's trying to fuck at you again.
Pigs can't displace. Can't do that teleport shit.
He says inside, then turns to
How
you.
did you like it in there, pig old boy? Kuno's got a lot of cool shit there, right?
What's with the pig head?
That? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Were you trying to send a message of some sort?
Yeah, to the both of you. Watch your ass in Kuno's town, or Kuno's gonna fuck your head off.
What a play card with powder residue. Know anything about it?
Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
For that. Okay, lonesome way home. Let's rewind. Let's retreat to drunken stats back home. Jump across the race channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over, get up. Get off asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your way through the courtyard, scaring little children. Go under the Great Race motor track, the 881, until you reach the domain of North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year. Thick with ice. Walk down the main to Perdition, a side alley, and your footprint in the mud. Oh well. One logic.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes.
Can I get to the house from the
Of course
roof?
you fucking can. How do you think Kuno made all the docky boys his gimps? Just gotta fly, pig.
I gotta jump to get in there? At my age? In my
Not
condition?
everyone can fly like Kuno. You're old. You'll never make it. Moose piss has made you scared in the head.
Moose piss is probably alcohol.
Mm.
That's all there is to it then. Don't be a pansy. Just jump.
What's with the tube of Magnus Alarm, Kuno?
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
He looked at you like just as pointed at the sun and asked what it was. Whatever.
Okay, whatever. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, and you look like you could use a bottle.
Teach him, Kuno! He's gonna use it against you, Kuno!
I know all about magnesium. I rock it all the time. It's just magnesium. Don't mess
You're not
by it.
getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
He looks at you, eyes bulging.
Pig, don't do mag! You're gonna...
I've heard enough of
Call
this.
Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno.
I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
You care. Okay. Wait, I can't move. I can't move. Seriously, I can't move.
Lonesome.
Okay.
Long way home.
Okay. That's enough of that. Let's talk to the cafeteria guy again. Oh wait, before that, talk to the gardener.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour. Of course. Where to?
You know I can find the representative of Wild Pines?
Pines? You mean the company woman?
Yes, a representative of the harbor. She should have set up operations nearby.
Oh, that must be the woman on the giant boat. There's one docked on the pier. It arrived a couple of weeks ago. It's very hard to miss.
Okay, that's all for now. I have to run. Okay, let's talk to the guy. The union guy. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mudcake boots and rolled down overalls. Okay, Wild Pines encircled by logo of a tree.
Plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your feet on the counter rolled out of his open hand. You see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Inspect the piece of plastic on the
It's a
carabiner.
dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
Yeah, really?
The worker is perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from.
Interfacing.
Your darkness. Your fingers find a circle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the man?
The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it. But you slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore.
Yeah.
Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document.
Swipe the pocketbook and take what's inside.
You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice and greasy. Yum yum. Money. Think of all the things you can buy with this. The synapses in your brain fire with glee.
Does the lieutenant see me?
He's looking the other way. Perhaps purposefully. The
There's a
sleeping
carabiner.
dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent.
Quick save.
The worker is in a deep
Got the pill.
does not mind. You probably need.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the
Even.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Okay, fine. Quick load. Okay, we can leave it there. We'll talk to this guy. It's all about the money, you know.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching our syrup.
Not now.
Excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon?
No.
Can I help you?
Here's the trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
I found the victim's
How
clothes.
strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Then who? Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking on few. Can someone on your staff have put them there? Who else has the key to the trash container?
Trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Yeah.
The elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
Could someone on your staff put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Okay. Never mind.
Yes.
I don't want to get that. I don't want to make him angry.
Yes, have you got it?
How much do I owe you again?
A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real.
130? I want a 10.
Like what? I was...
Bye. Let's talk to her for a while.
Hello again, sweetie.
Sweetie,
Sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
Alright, let's see.
No, I'm so...
We'll come back later. Okay, that's a lot. Let's go up. Check it out. Okay, this guy's a racist guy, and he's very hostile towards Kim.
Welcome to Rivachol.
The remark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000
Racism.
racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right, you're undermining our best shot at real determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim, I've got your back. Give a lieutenant a punch on the shoulder.
You do make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Now that said, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impatiently, cigarette smoldering between his
He
fingers.
smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
I found this mug in the trash. Show it to the man. Yours?
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
What's the argument all about?
It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
I get it, someone has to be the unpopular guy.
I'm not the only one. Look, I've read books. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior.
Eugenics.
Naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that.
Yes, I can tell you are the prime example of superior design. I wish I did sarcastic.
Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources.
And?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
Spider-Man, I want to hear it. The man seemed mildly disappointed that you don't want to hear more of his lecture. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't push your luck, runt.
The man gives you a disgusted look, turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Take all. This. Hi.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
Returns to the
What's
magazine.
that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
This.
She looks at the cover, boasting of colorful photos of two girls
This
kissing.
is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Okay.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this very futuristic tap on the girls kissing.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods, her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
What is this, Frit?
know. Frit?
What is
A
Frit?
7 to 11 grocery store.
And why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chews on her gum with disgust. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
I have some question for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Does Frit have a warehouse in the back of whirling in rags?
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really care what Frit does.
This is
She
important.
scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism.
Fine. Frit doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay?
Okay, never mind.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath.
Frit slogan.
Packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed.
What's that point to the
What
record?
is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real.
Huh? 4 real?
Her attention is drawn to the raincoats. Stealing one undetected will now be more difficult.
Okay.
The tear machine stands in the corner.
What is
Assigned-
this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know,
What's tear?
you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, and
Ah.
it gives you money.
I pick up tear
You
for the
need
tear
a
machine.
bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so...
Okay.
Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though.
Okay. Okay, let's leave. Ooh! Yoink! Let's go up.
Scab? You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though.
What exactly is a
It's got
scab?
something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
Hold on, where did it all come
Beats
from?
me. Somewhere in the ground, I think.
You don't seem to like them much.
Very stupid, freaking evil to scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
Today the mask squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to
You
them?
explain the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not scared. I'm cop. Proceed.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
Psst. Show him your stolen card. Now has arrived the perfect moment.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Hey, you're in the man booth at the gate. Who knows that you know about the armor?
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His
He
promise?
gets me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words, not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
The problem is that I'm a what if
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What technical
I did
stuff?
some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Yep.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
What? 4 pieces: helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boot. What about leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Find all the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
A mesquite epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Thank you for your cooperation, sir.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
I need to get past the gate and speak to you, your boss.
Oh. Good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard?
He might have information about a killing that took place behind the hostel.
Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not?
Does it mean you can let me go through the
I
gate?
don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Very simple. I just walk
Right.
in.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead.
The 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him. Press the
Right.
button to unlock the door.
Uh-huh.
And go past him again.
Okay.
You enter the arbor through the office. Está.
For some reason it doesn't seem to be like that easy.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best measure head in a physical confrontation.
I don't think that's a good
Or you
idea.
could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him in a physical
Not yet,
conversation?
no. He's incredibly strong.
Has any of the scab tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it, nothing. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Okay.
The coin lands
Yes!
in your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciate
Always
it.
glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to...
The protesters.
You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
The unit has problems getting
Nothing
by?
to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike though.
Every little bit helps, you know?
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
Okay, what's
You
the
know,
strike about?
Serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better
Okay. Now... I should just internalize this as well. Huh? Ace is high. Can I put it unlock? Can I remove? No. You don't have enough skill points available. How about this one? Forget? Oh well. I don't know how it goes. Let's check it here. Locked by electronic means. Okay, let's talk to her. Can't. This is hard. Okay, get ready. We gotta talk to him.
Body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Say nothing, sizing him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Oh, which I still say nothing.
What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
He looks down at you, taking stock at your physique.
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic, and you feel your blood pressure rise.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your pedomorphic friend. This display of weakness may appeal to older women with a stronger maternal instinct, but it is a liability here on Battlefield Martinez.
Battlefield?
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
What do you mean by body betraying my degeneracy?
Succumb to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he's smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Smell it, bro. Kim, is it really bad?
It's not good. It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbor.
You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
The fat race is over there, pointed to the race element. You just see him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons
So
of war.
basically referring to the Second World War.
You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed
Europeans?
Kulturs. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
Come on, I just need to move back 20 centimeters back.
It is my task to keep the degenerate drunks from entering the harbor.
You're right about this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor. Your people might feel a man. I need to talk to your boss.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Meshached's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Well, wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Know anything about this mug?
Does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup.
He had nothing to do with it.
Isn't Edward the Union boss white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor in your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you, the fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from?
He's really annoying.
Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
New culture does not affect my thinking.
Of course it does. You are a degenerate individualist and a rock and roll rebel. A pawn of international finance, just like the rest of your ham-colored race. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Semini.
Okay, one for Angam with this inquiry.
Stoically looks to the distance in silence.
7 for a while.
Into the harbor.
Quick save.
Your race descent has only worsened.
Conceptualization.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of races are there. It is what
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
CF?
I knew you would go straight for the vile cauldron. Everyone does. You need to first learn about Type A and B to appreciate the depravity of the chimeric races.
Then why did you...
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it just won't make any sense.
Yes, it would seem nonsensical.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant.
Huh?
A common result of inbreeding.
Inbreeding?
A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Who exactly are the Maun?
You know them by the names of their nation-states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Why Maun?
Maun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
The wooden clocks, though.
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, got it. Who are A-type there, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina. The ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea. The Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners. All have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are these Samis and Areopagites in this?
Proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Simonese and the Areopagite, the indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Simonese inhabit the southern islands. I am Simonese, from the stock of Ulmuir on Ile de Fantôme.
The Areopagites.
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Simonese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland, thousands of years before the Lactose intolerant man Reden Occidentals discovered this place.
What are the difference between 70s and Areopagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Simonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the
The
mystery.
latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite superrace. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
B.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white officer in a suspect description.
Koikos?
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people and
this
the
is so
Koiko,
long.
the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potard. The only thing they like more
So,
is divided
the Irish?
microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
And the vocaliers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between type A and the racial cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted
The
that long.
mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespias.
The revolution sounds like it was perpetrated by degenerate marauders, not at all by the people of
The
Ravachol.
revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal. Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
Foul CF race cauldron, please. Or pedestry, please.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic
Chimeric experiments?
lesser races like the mosquito. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension. Listening to aggressive.
Anymore.
And there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. The Koiko
Nah.
but enough. It is
Now that I've been
clear
through all the
entertain
types,
ourselves
do I understand
with
the advanced
format
race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity I cannot possibly imagine what else.
Okay. So I need to go with this. Problem solution. Huh? Oh well. Well, I can't internalize it yet. Let's go out. Huh? What should I do now? Seriously, I don't know. Human loss covers the truck. How long has it been? It's been 2 hours, okay? Now, the thing is, I'm getting a bit tired, okay? And I'm not sure what to do now. I'm probably gonna go and check out, okay? The whole place here. Well, at least today, we've checked out Kuno and we dealt with the body. So next is that we need to get into the harbor. Just that how, I'm not sure. I'll be playing a little bit and hopefully we can get in it, okay? So with that said, I think I should take my rest here. I do feel a bit, lightheaded, okay? But I'm a bit tired. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow where we'll continue from here. And with that said, I'll end the stream right here. See you next time. Bye bye.